Honorable Director General of the United Nations Office, Geneva, Mr. Muller, distinguished guests, dear participants of FerMUN 2016, and especially our new friends from Kenya. Dear friends, good morning. It is my great privilege to welcome you to FerMUN 2016 today. However, I am far from alone in welcoming you. The efforts of so many individuals and organizations have come together to make this remarkable conference possible. On behalf of the organizational team, of which I am honored and privileged to be a part, I would like to extend a very warm welcome to everyone here today. As we hope to solve problems for the future, it is crucial to remember the wisdom from our past. For this reason, I was planning on invoking the spirits of two people who have unfortunately been dead for a long time, but whose ideas and values continue to inspire us today. However, UN security refused to grant them clearance, so I guess I'll just have to use the more conventional method of quoting them. Allow me to begin with Voltaire, one of the most famous European writers and philosophers of the 18th century, whose name honors our town and school, located only a few kilometers away from this magnificent building and room. Relatively close, both geographically and conceptually, to where we stand or sit today, Voltaire made the following statement. Tel est le fanatisme. C'est un monstre sans cœur, sans yeux et sans oreilles. Il ose se dire le fils de la religion. Fanaticism, or extremism, which is at the root of so many of our problems today, is indeed made possible through a lack of compassion, the inability to see, hear, or understand. Indeed, metaphorically, not having a heart, eyes, or ears is at the source of almost all of our problems. To face up to the monsters of fanaticism, we need to use the very tools that they are missing. Only in our hearts will we find the compassion necessary to understand our adversaries, enabling us to create and maintain respectful relations with others, which is the essence of any successful community, society, or international collaboration. Only with our ears will we be able to hear and recognize the truth and understand the needs, perspectives, and arguments of others. And finally, only with our open eyes can we envision the bigger picture, the negative consequences of our actions, as well as the light of hope for improvement. To some extent, mankind has always had to deal with a world of problems. The odyssey that refugees and migrants undertake today in their quest for survival or a better life, innocent children being abducted by guerrilla groups, carnage in Paris, Beirut, Istanbul, and elsewhere following terrorist attacks, or even just the sheer number of rising greenhouse gas emissions and coastal storms. I often wonder how encouraging life could be if we weren't exposed to so much negativity and horror. Unfortunately, bad news always seems to sell better than good news. I think we need to remind ourselves, though, that news about problems can also be seen as news about opportunities for each and every one of us to use our talents to help make the world a better place. We, as young people, should not shy away from these or any seemingly overwhelming issues. We should instead use our courage and insights to try and understand underlying problems and let our imaginations run wild in quest for possible solutions or improvements. Most importantly of all, we should take action, thereby being an inspiration for others to contribute to the greater good. The principles of compassion, understanding, and vision should guide our work at FerMUN 2016. When we attempt to simulate the United Nations, we begin to grasp that even though a common solution for a given problem appears to be the main goal, delegations still mainly fight for their respective countries' positions and benefits. In the next 3 days, each of us will have the opportunity to experience the complexity of the structures of the UN through the many diverse committees of the General Assembly, as well as the various councils, commissions, and courts. During this time, we experience a taste of the incredible process behind the scenes of the achievements of the United Nations. I'd like to close with the words of the second prominent guest who is not physically represented. He was the 28th President of the US and key founder of the League of Nations, which incidentally began to work on the 10th of January, 1920, a mere 1,500 meters away from where we are right now. Despite his controversial views on segregation, Woodrow Wilson was truly a visionary for his time. As a historian and legal scholar, he realized that it was essential to set up international organizations within which former enemies could together attempt to resolve their differences peacefully. Wilson stated the following: "We grow great by dreams. All big men are dreamers. Some of them let these great dreams die, but others nourish and protect them. The sunshine and light comes always to those who sincerely hope that their dreams will come true." I sincerely hope that each of us will have the will and the courage to realize our dreams of better protecting the environment, helping eliminate world poverty, and safeguarding the values of liberty, justice, tolerance, and peace whenever they are endangered by fanaticism. The grave consequences of issues like those we are facing today do not allow us the luxury of relying on future generations to find the solutions. Let us use our eyes and ears and hearts more wisely to leave this world a better place than the one that we came into. Let us have FerMUN 2016 start the change that we need. Thank you. I now yield the floor.